Huevos.
All righty. What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Sylvia.
My name's Pau.
Welcome back to another Vive con Huevos podcast.
Woo!
My first
Happy
intro.
New Year.
Happy New Year!
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Your first official intro.
Wait, hold on. Cover your ears, guys.
I was like, how am I supposed to?
I was like,
It's because the thing is finally next to me, so I can
you
finally
can-
have little sound. I'm so happy.
That's cute. Okay.
But anyways, guys, Happy New Year's. It feels great to be back. I honestly really missed this. It was a long break, and I'm sorry for everybody. We did get a lot of DMs asking us when the hell we were gonna be back.
That's nice. I really like that people cared.
Yeah. So
Cared that we
Shout
were
out.
recording.
So shout out to my suegra. Thank you for asking. Hey. But no, honestly, in all seriousness, there are some people that asked us, and we did take a bit of a hiatus.
Shout out to the three of you.
Yeah. We just needed a break. You know, I was in a very creative block. I can't fucking English. I can't podcast
yeah,
anymore.
you're having trouble English
Yeah.
today.
Anyway, wait, hold on. I'm on a tangent. Hold on. First and foremost, guys, we have a new co-host. If you can't see to my left on your guys' right, I think because it gets inverted after post.
Right.
Sylvia is now our official co-host on the Vive con Huevos podcast, guys.
We tooted and booted Jesus.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jesus quit. Just kidding, guys. No, he's
we
still
fired
part.
him.
Yeah, we fired
Just
him.
kidding.
We fired Jesus, not Jesucristo. Jesus Solis. Nomás no estaba aportando nada. La neta, he just didn't care about the podcast. One day, he just like texted me. He's like, dude, like honestly, like fuck you guys.
Yeah, it was pretty sad, honestly.
yeah.
And then it ended up our friendship.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in like 5 months. To be honest,
No,
nah,
we're
I'm
just
just kidding. We love Jesus. Yeah, no,
We love him. I don't know what to do with my hands.
No, guys, Jesus is still part of the podcast. He's just editing for us. If you guys can
BTS.
go leave a comment on Jesus' latest post, my man is he's studying right now. He's upping his life. He's doing some series, no sé qué mamada.
Series 7.
Point is, my boy is upgrading his paychecks. That's what he's doing. So he does not have
He's
time
making moves,
for
you know?
other shenanigans, and I am real proud of him, and I am glad he's doing that, and hopefully he comes back with more money so we can buy more shit for the podcast.
Yeah,
Nice.
hopefully. That's why we
But-
kept him on.
Yeah. But in the meantime, guys, we do have Sylvia, our most reoccurring guest, has become our new co-host, and we are so excited to have her.
We are.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm very excited. Are you
Yes.
kidding me? I was
Yes.
overpowered by men in this podcast all the time.
I
And now I'm
know.
like 2025. It's our year,
It's
ladies.
the year of the woman.
The year of the woman.
Now it just feels like now I'm overpowered. Now I feel like I have to be serious.
Now you know how it feels.
It's like stereo, fool.
Yeah, sometimes I felt like I had to make all these jokes all the time. You see, now the roles have turned.
But
Como
guy-
like how the
How the turntables.
Oh, the turntables, yes. Jesus, insert that clip. Producción. But guys, thank you honestly for all the wonderful messages that we've received these past few months. We hope you're having a happy new year. We hope you had a wonderful Christmas. If you can't hear that, Ollie is now part of the official, she's the official
yeah.
fourth.
In case you guys didn't notice,
Yeah.
for all of you visual watchers, we're in a new space.
Yeah.
It's just upgrades this year,
So
you know?
many changes, like Tupac, just straight changes. And yeah, you know, it's been quite a journey. We've been at this for like 2 years, and we decided to bring Sylvia on officially. And we're so glappy. We're so happy and
God.
glad that she
Glappy.
accepted, because we also wanted to revamp the podcast. Honestly, on this small hiatus that we took, we actually took a deep, hard look at our analytics and what we brought as far as the quality of what we were talking about. And we really just feel like we weren't bringing you guys just the best content. We weren't really happy what we were producing to an extent. Obviously, at least for the Talk and Talks. With the episodes with guests, we're completely happy with those. We get nothing but great feedback from everybody. But it was time for a change. And I think the basis around Vive con Huevos really started around like mental health and wellness and being true to yourself and being happy and finding your passion projects and finding yourself. And we really steered away from that, from the message within the Talk and Talks. And we're kind of trying to reel that back in. I know Bao has talked about like wanting to start health and wellness segments. And who better yet to have that with than with Sylvia?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, no. I mean, Mario could have said it better. I feel like being really transparent with everybody, we went into this creative block and we decided that as much as, well, no, like we thought about it long and hard and we were like, we need to change things, you know? And we really realized that the value that we were bringing just wasn't necessarily there anymore. So we're really excited to have you, Sylvia. Thank you so much for accepting. Yay!
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Hey, una más.
Yeah.
It's my favorite button.
I know. I love it.
There's also this one when I make stupid jokes.
Hey.
I like that. Okay.
Yes.
But anyways, guys, welcome back. Like I said, I know that was a long introduction, but Christmas is fucking over. I am
goodness.
so glad, and Ollie wanted to be part of the shot. I am so glad Christmas is freaking over.
Me too.
I'm so glad that I'm not going to listen to Christmas songs anymore. Ya me tenía hasta la madre. They started really early this year.
They did.
Yeah,
we were just talking about
saying
that during our family dinner.
Yeah. They started like early November?
Yeah.
October.
Yeah,
It was like, okay, Halloween's over. Let's go.
It was crazy. My dad is a huge
Turkey who?
Seriously, my dad is a huge fanatic of Christmas music, and that's all we listen to in the van when we're on our way to work.
Aw.
And oh my God, there was like 1 week where I just wanted to kill myself because there's only like I don't even know if I can say that on air.
Many Christmas songs
in
that cycle.
And then on the radio they
like
only
12?
play
like
a certain amount, and I was like, dude, like I can't. If I hear war is over, one more fucking time, it's gonna be like my life is over. I was just ya me tenía hasta la madre. But I'm so glad whoever made it out of Christmas time. What is it like? Depression. And anxiety,
seasonal depression,
everything that comes with the Christmas season. You guys made it. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like it's a really tough season for a lot of people. I personally enjoy the season, like Christmas itself, you know, like the month of Christmas, I guess. I do like going to the bars that like dress it up and, you know, and like kind of getting into the spirit. And I even enjoy the Christmas, like spending your time with like your friends and your family. I think what stresses me out the most is just like the spending, how much spending comes with it, you know? Whereas like I feel like the message has just completely gotten lost throughout the years. And specifically like in my life, I feel like gifts were just never a thing like that important, you know? Mm-hmm. And now, like even with like all the kids that we have in our lives, like I've always said Christmas is for the kids, and now I'm oh my God, like how is there so many kids in my life now, you know? And if I at the end of the day, like I do enjoy giving. Gift giving is one of my love languages. Same. So I do really enjoy it, but it just comes with an expense.
It feels forced, I think, when it's your love language primarily. Mm-hmm. Like I give gifts all the time. Yeah. Like I see something I like for somebody or something that reminds me of somebody and you just buy it. And so Christmas just feels like this very forced. Mm-hmm. We decided not to do gifts this Christmas.
I love that.
Which was really great. I love it for
I love it for you so much.
It's just because then you're just like, okay, I've got the best friend, the siblings, the this, the that, and then it just keeps going and then you forget. And then someone gives you something and you're like, fuck, I gotta get this person something.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, it adds up. And we were saying it's that concept of like, you get me a $50 gift, I get you a $50 gift. And like I could have just bought myself something I actually wanted.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to do all that.
Yeah. And
I actually was a little more jolly this year. I'm usually the type that's like, no, you need to let me have Thanksgiving. Okay. And then I'll put my tree up. Yeah. But for some reason, se me entró a chiripiolca, where I was like, I really want to put it up like now. And it was like November 5th.
Okay. So I actually
Which is
noticed
weird for
that.
me.
I noticed that in one of your stories and I was like, oh,
Like, what the
Sylvia?
hell?
I seriously thought
She
to
caught the
myself,
bug.
she's one of those.
No, it's the first year I've ever done
I
that.
wait until after
It's the first, I
Thanksgiving.
don't know what happened.
It's okay. We got into the spirit. It's a month is such a short time too. Like I feel like
Yeah.
putting up the tree is nice. And then like for Chris, I mean,
I feel
it
like
was over.
I feel like we put it up and then like it was
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's over.
Yeah.
And you got to take it down.
Yeah.
I
And-
always
Yeah.
leave it until Reyes Magos.
Yeah.
which is
Same.
At least it's
January
an extra
7th.
6th.
Next
At
week.
least there's an extra week there, you know.
Yeah.
But
Did you have Reyes Magos? Because you grew up in a Polish-Mexican household. So how was that?
It was funny because growing up, I talked about this, I think, on the first podcast I was on, but I was always more proud of my Polish side growing up. But the Mexican side actually had more influence in my life because we had the big Mexican parties and my mom's siblings are the ones that are stateside, at least 2 or 3 out of the 10 that she is. And so we did the rosca every year with her like group of Mexican friends. And yeah, like we'd get together for all that, las posadas, all the things. So interestingly enough, even though growing up I tried to shy away from my Mexican heritage, that was actually like the more prominent Christmas that I had.
Reyes Magos wasn't very typical and Salvadorian. Salvadoran. I learned that
Salvadoran.
actually.
that was a 2024 lesson.
Yeah, that was a 2024 lesson. It's not
You would
Salvadorian.
say it all the time.
It's
You've said
Salvador.
it a lot in Oaxaca.
It's Salvadoran.
Salvadoran.
Yeah.
Because that's how Mario learns, like repetition,
Yeah.
you know? So
Got
if I
it.
keep saying it,
I
then
am
he
still a
kind of like
child.
sticks to
Yes.
it.
Yes, thank you for letting the world know. I'm a fucking idiot.
You're
It's
the
cool.
one that told me. You're the one that told me. Did you know? And then you told me, and I was like, oh, I didn't. And then you kept saying Salvadorian, and I was like, it's Salvadoran. Like you just told me that.
Hola, me regaló un pedacito de queso. That's what I feel like a child right now. But yeah, no, I did learn. If you guys didn't know that, it's Salvadoran, not Salvadorian. Shout out to the homie Jose. He is a Salvadoran content creator, and he came out on the podcast and he actually explained it. And honestly, it blew my fucking mind. 32 years of my life. Should I just put that out there? 32 years of my life, just like down the drain. I was like, holy shit. My whole identity just went.
I'm Salvadoran,
What
not
the fuck?
Salvadorian.
I gotta. Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
actually really funny.
Yeah.
That is
And it's
funny.
okay. Your age, we're proud of our age. Okay, the 30s are the best years.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am
absolutely.
convinced.
I do have a quick topic. I know we didn't talk about this in the rundown, but speaking of men and their ages,
Okay.
I have a question
Wow,
that
curveball.
has kind of been on my mind lately.
Okay.
For those of you who haven't seen our Instagram, we did revamp the merch.
We did.
A lot of the merch,
right behind
though,
Mario.
it is right behind me, the new drop, is kind of going to be tailored around streetwear, right? A lot more of the t-shirts, a lot more of the graphic t-shirts. I should see t-shirts twice, my bad. Snapbacks, but more of like street style wear. At what age should a man stop wearing streetwear?
Ooh.
And
Okay.
when is it appropriate for a older, I wouldn't say older gentleman, because like I feel like that puts you in like the 40s, 50s. I'm talking about like mid 30s. Like when is it appropriate to step out of your house wearing streetwear still?
I personally think it really depends on the person.
Yeah.
I think I think you could keep pulling it off for a few more years, you know, like, I was like, yeah, like once you're 40, I'll be like, all right, sir,
Yeah,
like,
wey, pinche chavorruco.
but there's also like those people that like, that's just their style and it just goes with them and like, it's okay, you know, but then there's like people that are way younger and sometimes it just doesn't go with them. So I think it just depends on like the person and like their vibe and their style. But I mean, I don't know how you feel. You're a guy, so.
I don't really want to go. Do you want to tackle this before I answer?
I love streetwear, and like my dream is to go to Fashion Week in
Yes.
Berlin
Oh,
because
love
they're
that.
known for like their
Yeah.
streetwear. And I do feel like the older you get, you can't get away with wearing like cheap streetwear.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the age comes with like you have to elevate it.
Yeah.
Like if it's not a unfortunately like designer or something, then it just looks
Tacky.
I agree.
tacky.
Yeah,
And so I feel like with age, but also with personality, because there's certain men, I don't care what age you are, you look like a dork.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
But that goes for everybody. Like you have to wear for your shape, your body, your style, your essence, whatever. But I do feel like if it's an age thing, because I'm so against telling any man or woman that they can or can't wear something.
Yeah.
I just watched the new Queer Eye too. So I'm like in that headspace where I'm like, no, she can still be a burlesque dancer.
We listen and we don't judge.
That's right. So I don't want to tell people that they can't wear something, but I do feel like if you're older, then you have to play that part.
Yeah.
Right.
Like elevate it a little bit. Get
Invest
something
in it.
nicer.
Yeah.
Invest in it. Yeah.
Look a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because also like streetwear can look pretty, like it could get pretty raunchy, you
Yeah.
know, like
for
if
sure.
you don't do it correctly. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's not really an age. It really just depends on like the person and the style.
Yeah.
And I do agree with elevating.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
how
yeah.
do you feel?
I feel like there is an age limit. Like I feel like maybe like 38, 39, you're kind of like...
So how old am I?
Yeah.
He's like, let me give myself some
how many
more
more
years.
years do I... Yeah. I feel like once you're pushing closer to 40, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, wait, you know?
Yeah,
like,
déjalo.
yeah, it's like, you know, like, let's start pulling out the Ralph Lauren, you know?
Yeah.
But I also grew up very fresa-ish. So, like, I grew up wearing, like, vests and button-ups, and my casual wear really did, like, I made fun of myself one time where it was like I would wear drivers, and that was casual to me, and it was very and I liked it, you know. I would wear the hoochie daddy shorts with the polo with the button up and then some loafers. But Sylvia's like, escucho pero no juzgo.
She's trying so hard.
But that was my casual, you know.
Yeah.
But then it kind of like changed, and like the people who I was hanging out with, it wasn't the vibe.
Yeah.
And now I kind of like dip my toes and kind of just depending on who I'm hanging out with or where we're going. But me personally, I just don't feel like street style goes with the type of person I am. Like I can pull off certain things, but certain things also won't look good on me.
I agree. I mean, I could like, because I tell him all the time, like he likes graphic tees, but I never let him buy them because I think he looks like parece cholo.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you don't pull it off the way you like visually. Like I know
For
what
sure.
you're looking at, but that's not how you look when you're actually wearing it. I think the biggest thing was when we first started dating, he wanted to buy these Adidas. And I was like, no, like they're not going to look the way you think they're going to look on you. And so I definitely have like stopped him from a few things because of that, you know?
I feel that way about the Nike Huarache, the shoe. Like it looks cool.
Yeah.
But on my small foot, I look so stupid wearing that shoe. Like I went and tried it on and I was like, oh
man.
Yeah.
I feel like the same about graphic tees and baggy t-shirts. Like I would love to be the girl that looks good in like an oversized shirt with little shorts underneath. But these legs and this ass, I look like a big lump. So it just doesn't work for me. Like I really like it, but I wear that shit at home.
Yeah.
Well, even like on
It's
like
not
an,
for the streets.
like a bigger guy style. There are some guys that look very good in like oversized t-shirts or like the box t-shirts.
Yeah.
And I put it on and I look like a box. Like like it just
okay.
doesn't go with my figure. But then I put on a button up and a chaleco and I'm like, oh, okay, there's Mario.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just it really depends on the person's style and
Yeah.
personality and just vibe overall, you know.
Yeah.
That's a good question though. I can see that.
Yeah. Well, back to another Marioism.
I'm telling you, we just have to start that segment, Marioisms.
Yeah.
And each episode, you just ask us a different,
Yeah.
different random question like that.
But before we get into that Marioism, since it is the new year, you guys want to talk about anything that you guys learned in 2024? Things you want to drop, things you're carrying over, maybe any challenges you guys faced and now you're kind of like, I came out a bigger person, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you just didn't learn your lesson and you're like, fuck this. I'll learn it in 2025.
Me with my road rage.
New Year, same hoe.
Yeah. I still don't get cold.
You guys could start.
I feel like mine is the hormone thing. I've said it for a few months now. I feel like my hormone journey was like a part of my identity for a little while. And it all started back in summer of 2024. And I was doing my summer challenge with the bar studio. And I had this beautiful group of women that they opened up and we did everything from breath work to move together to cold plunging. And it was a really like holistic approach on health, because I hate those summer challenges that are just like, oh, let's get like that summer bod. So I wanted them to really make lasting changes and impact in their health and wellness routines. And one of my girls had PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. And I didn't know much about it. I believe Kelly's sister has it. I knew here and there about people that had it, but I didn't know a lot. And I did a deep dive in the research, and then it kind of like hit this pain point for me where I was like, I still take birth control, and I'd been taking it for 14 years. And nowadays we know how bad it is for your system. We talk about it all the time, but I decided like cold turkey. It was my last pack, and I was like, this all seems really like serendipitous, and I just stopped taking it. And I told Kelly on our trip to New York, and he was like, you didn't even give me a chance to like process this. Like, what's our sex gonna look like? Like,
what
the man was seeing his life flash before his eyes.
No.
And I was just like, I'm just gonna stop. Sorry. Like,
I gotta pull out.
We gotta figure something
my
else
body,
out.
my choice. And he's like, okay. But it was the hardest 7 months total of my life. And I feel like that's a really heavy statement, because if you know anything about me, I have a really rough history with my family. There's history of verbal abuse, physical abuse, and month 4 and 5 was when it probably peaked. And I remember crying and looking at Kelly and just being like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And I was this close to going back on it, like so close. But I was like, no, the end goal, we're going to be okay. And I really just wanted to be able to lead women and let them know that there are natural ways to track their cycle. And I wanted to practice what I preach, because I'm like, rest, recover, and then I don't. And so I was like, oh, we'll start here with the most complicated one.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, exactly. Month 1 and 2 was just strange. Like my body just being like, what the fuck's going on? Month 3 and 4 was when it literally went dark. And I don't say this lightly, because I know that this is a sensitive topic, but I say it from personal experience because I've had it. I was having suicidal ideations again, and I hadn't had that in like 10 years. So more than 10 years. And so it had been like a really long time since I even thought about what that feels like. And then all of a sudden it just turned, like month 5 hit, and it was like, I just want to die. Like I could not wake up and do anything every day. Every day was a chore to get out of bed, and I still have to go teach my classes. I still have to go to work. I have 4 jobs. You're
surrounded by so many people every single day.
And so some days were so hard where I just like, I would go and everything I had would go into that class. I would come home, fall apart. I am probably responsible for California's drought, because I would come home and take such long showers, and I would just sit on the floor and just let it wash over me. And I'm just like, when does this end?
Yeah.
However, one of the things that I learned, and I think the bottom line is that advocating for my health, I never really had to do that. Like you hear about that all the time. Like I have to go to the doctor, I have to advocate for my health. But I went to my doctor, got like so many blood tests. When my doctor recently was looking at my chart, she was like, why did you order all these panels? I ordered like 15 blood tests. They took 7 vials of blood.
God damn.
And I was like, no, I need to check for this. I gave them the whole list from a hormone specialist. And my cholesterol came back high, which was also super triggering, because I hadn't had high cholesterol since I was overweight. And it's been years since that too. So it was just a decline of my mental health, my body. I gained weight. I lost muscle mass. I mean, it was awful. Like month 4 and 5 were just a dark hellhole. And when she gave me my results, she was like, you should really try eating better and exercising. And I was like, I'm going to throat punch you in this office. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bitch, is that what I do for a living?
Like, I was so upset.
¿No sabes quién soy?
And Sylvia's never allowed into a sharp hospital ever again.
Yeah, literally. So I went home that day, and I think that's when I broke. And I was just like, I don't, like, should I go back on it? What should I do? And then literally month 7, it was like a cloud lifted. And I woke up one Sunday to teach, and I teach every Sunday at 8 a.m. And I woke up at 6, like so full of life, so full of energy. And I was like, is this a trick? like what's happening? And then it was just fine that whole week. And then I was still expecting like, okay, my period's about to start. So we're going to feel a shift. And it was the first like normal-ish period. Like I still cried, but it's like the first normal period I had. And I've felt good ever since. And now I'm just like trying to get back to my baseline, which is also really exhausting and depressing, but not in the way where like my mental health was like suffering. So advocate for your health. It's important. Don't let anybody tell you that you need to do something when you really feel in your heart that you don't. And your health is more important than anything and everything, because your body's the only home you have ever got for sure at the end of every day. So that's what I'm taking with me into this year.
And clip that.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Truthfully, like nobody's gonna advocate for you the way that you can advocate for yourself, you know. And like, if you don't have health, you don't have anything. Like at the end of the day, you know. So I am very glad that you're out of that cloud, because
Alive
it definitely,
and well, I'm able to be here.
How long has it been since you were off birth control?
It was June of last year.
Okay, so quite some time.
Just barely out of the weeds, basically. Yeah.
I do remember the first time that you were telling me everything. When I stopped taking birth control back in 2020.
Yeah.
And 2021 and 2022 were the years that I gained the most weight. And I never in my life gave it a second thought. Like I didn't think it was the birth control, you know, like now I think back and I'm like, holy shit, I went through so much during those 2 years. And like, for sure, like a lot of really not like negative things that I just didn't. What? Sorry.
It's because we were going through our Germany footage one day randomly. ¿Te acuerdas? Yeah. And then Pao looks over at me and randomly goes, wow, thank you for sticking with me when I was a torta.
No mames.
I was like, you can put that on live, on national television. But
I just started dying.
Well, it's because I look back at pictures and I'm like, fuck, dude, like I don't know, like I don't, you know, but it's 100% what it was. And like once I started to take care of my hormonal health as much as everything else, it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I'm not going to say I know what you went through these last 7 months, but I am really glad that like you pinpointed it right away and you were able to just like get yourself out of
I've been
that,
obsessive about it.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior, your hormone health?
Celia's on the corner of streets. Hey!
Because I don't want her to knock it over.
Sorry, Jesus. You can just lower my voice or something. Celia's on the corner of the streets like the old Christian ladies with the booklets.
But it's the hormone book.
Yeah, but it's just get off the pill.
Sync your cycle.
What's that app that
Natural cycles? Yeah.
That tracks your cycles?
Natural cycle.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't
I'm all talking like if I know what I'm talking about. I was like, y'all know the app, right? That one.
He doesn't use any of them.
You don't even have a Whoop, okay?
I know. I just can't I can't picture just two things on my hands because I love my Apple Watch. I don't even track anything on it.
We'll start using it. It tracks a bunch of things.
No, I know it does, but I'm like, what did you say about Kelly the other day? It's like, I hope you don't get
too heady about this.
Yeah, I was like, I do get heady about analytics, and I'm already heady about like the stats of Vive con Huevos.
If Kelly can survive it, you will be
seriously.
But then like now I'm over here with my Apple Watch and I got a Whoop, and my dumbass would probably get a fucking Aura ring just to fuck with it too. Like now I just feel
over
like,
here with the bands and the Infinity Stones.
All Infinity Stones. Every single thing. What's the other brand? The Aura ring, but it's the
Fitbit. All of it.
No, there's another ring.
I'm gonna throw it back to like early 2000s and get that fucking Nike band, the one that would help you with the fucking scam, dude.
What about you, babe? What are you taking into 2025?
I think I learned a very valuable lesson in like prioritizing yourself this year. Sorry, I didn't know what to do with my water. For those visuals, those of you who are on Apple.
I know, for real, I'm over here hugging my water bottle. It's my emotional support.
I think I'm like prioritizing myself, like my mental health, putting myself first. Obviously, that's all kind of like...
Yeah.
And I was really wrapped up in the beginning of 2023 with validation. Like whether if it was like other content creators, other podcasters, just external forces that had control over what I was feeling. whether if it was like support with the podcast or support with the merch, or support with my family business. I prioritized that a lot, and it got really unhealthy at one point. And one day I really just had to come to like a realization where it was just like, I should be happy with what we're producing and the people who are listening and tuning in every week or every other week, and just be happy with that. Like, that's it. Like, the inner circle of people who love us and enjoy us and partake in our creation, I should just be thankful for that. And I was always just kind of like looking for more, or looking for that validation. And one day it just kind of clicked, and I was like, why? You know, and that was like a real kind of hard thing, or a hard pill to swallow, because when we started this journey, I was really quick to like collaborate, or let me share your post, or let me comment on your shit.
Supportive.
Or, yeah, I tried to be very supportive, especially when it came down to like, and I know this is going to rub people the wrong way, but like the Latinos helping Latinos. And come to show that the majority, and I'm generalizing here, not everybody's the same, right? But it really just came down to the point where like the people who were really preaching that were the ones who were not willing to collaborate or kind of give you that support or reciprocate that support, right? And that's where I kind of like was like, dude, I'm giving you like my all without even knowing some people sometimes. And not that you need to reciprocate, but it was just more of a like, we're on this together and you're preaching this, so why are you not reciprocating it?
Yeah.
So that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. And then like towards the end of the year, I was kind of like, you know what, just focus on yourself, focus on the podcast, focus on the brand, on what you're trying to communicate. And that's it. Like, everything else will come. You know, if you're being selfless, I think Romy said it. Love you, Romy. But if you're being selfless with your art, then everything else will follow. Sorry, that was a mouthful. And just my mental health, just in general. I put myself in a lot of different situations where I was really just stressed out, whether if it was work, the podcast, and just prioritizing other people's feelings above my own, or not tiptoeing around people's feelings so I wouldn't hurt them, versus expressing myself, or being scared to express myself because I was scared of the outcome. But I think at the end of the day, I just really need to look out for myself. And like, at the end of the day, if whatever I say to you, if it comes off the wrong way, or you might take it the wrong way, at the end of the day, I need to realize that maybe it's your own ego that's getting hurt, versus and your own issues versus what I'm saying. It's like, what's really getting hurt? Is it what I said to you, or is it that what I said to you really is the truth and you're mad because you know that it's the truth?
Yeah. We got to learn, we're responsible for the things we say and do, but we're not responsible for how other people react to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to like learn that too. And especially, it's funny because I saw this quote a long time ago where it was the way you look at me is not my responsibility. And that kind of like really transferred into 2024 and like the lessons I learned.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good one. I saw something the other day. It said, when you stay in your own lane, there's less traffic there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Good. Clip that.
Damn. 2024 was a wild year for me. I feel like I went through all the emotions in 2024. I think the one thing that I'm bringing into 2025 with me that I didn't do much of in 2024 is more creativity.
I like that one.
Yeah, 2024, 2023 led into 2020, 2023 into 2024 really set me up for like my health and like continuing that journey that I started in 2023. And that was truly like my emphasis in 2024 was like getting my health in order, starting the strength training classes, just doing a lot more for myself that I knew was going to be beneficial for me in the future, and just sticking to it. Right. And so I did that, and I concentrated on that a lot this year. But I didn't have a lot of time for anything creative. And I feel like I am a very creative person when I really like set my mind to it.
Yeah.
But there was just so many other things going on that I feel like there wasn't a day in 2024 where I didn't feel overwhelmed with everything, you know? So
yeah, that's the truth.
it was tough. Like, truthfully, it was tough to get through the day. And like, even there was times with like Mario would ask me help with the podcast, and I just like not an ounce in me, not because I didn't want to help him. Like, of course I wanted to help him, but there was like not an ounce of creativity in me.
I really wish I had something for you.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah. And like the creativity that I could get was because I sat on Pinterest and was like, okay, like this works. Like we can replicate this and it'll look nice, or we can do this and it'll look good. But there wasn't like any original ideas coming. And I can say that like it showed in my work, like it showed in the podcast, like in my personal life. So it's definitely the one thing that, well, not the one, but like one of the many things that I want to concentrate on in 2025 and just like truly be more creative this year and just like, open that side of my brain. But yeah.
We should have creative dates.
I'm so down for that. Yay.
I read The Artist's Way. Yeah. I read The Artist's Way. Have you ever heard of that book?
No.
So it's a book and a workbook.
Okay, I have heard of it. Yeah.
Yes.
I just haven't read it.
One of the first things that she mentions in it, it's supposed to be by yourself. You're supposed to have creative dates just with you once a week, and you go to a art museum. You go paint at a park or whatever. But Tabor and I were doing it for a little while, and it was really nice. Like we would just buy coloring books and pencils and go sit at a park and doodle, or like, but every week we had to like switch off and pick something.
Okay.
And it was really cool. And I think growing up as a creative kid too, like playing the piano, everything I did was art. Yeah. Like I painted, music. I need more of that. And live music was one of the ones that like we wanted more of, and I still don't feel like I got a lot of that. So I'm in.
More live music.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm so down for that. I love things like that. And like there's days like this year we did start implementing like our group of friends is when it was somebody's birthday, instead of going to like a restaurant, we would get together at somebody's house and paint something. Oh, so like we've done so for a few of my friends got pregnant this past year, and so we did onesies. Like we would paint onesies for the babies. That's cute. Like just things like that would entail us like getting a little creative, you know? And I love that. Like I love that. I love going to a good restaurant, don't get me wrong, you know? But like I love that more than just going going to a restaurant and sitting there for 2 hours and talking, because like you get to just be a little more creative.
But
and
even
it's
for like
something.
that dinner we just went to, like we got to be creative with our outfits. Like even that is just that little elevated like I don't know, it's something different. Yeah. No, and it is going dressed like that anywhere else.
No. I mean, I don't know, the mob wife life, that was kind of cool.
Kind of lit. I don't know.
I was feeling myself. No, but yeah. So yeah, I'm very open to that though. Would love to do more of that in 2025.
I'm on board.
I'm down for the live music because we're about an hour talking about. I talked to you about it too.
Yeah, we talked about it too. He's like, I'm having withdrawals. I'm like, it's not me.
I was like, I need Molly.
I know we're gonna have to make that Rufus the Soul concert.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he's not coming here. He's coming to LA.
Oh,
but we might have to make that happen.
Yeah, you were talking, Kelly. Since we're not going to Coachella anymore, Kelly. But we were talking about it, and it's like my soul just craves. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Like I could be at any festival. At this point, I would go to freaking what's the country one?
Stagecoach.
I would go to Stagecoach at this point.
Sylvia's like, I would not. The one I wouldn't go to.
I don't know. I got pretty into country this last year. That was like my weird comfort zone thing.
Really?
I did my saddle up rides.
Yeah. And so you kept...
I'm still not like a country girl. Yeah. I just I feel like this is a little racist. I don't know. It's like just the heartbreak trucks, like fuck that bitch, key his car. Like I don't know, and it's just so to me.
Is that your problem with banda too, or is banda like? Is it because it's like too?
I don't know. There's just something like
Who
a
hurt
little
you?
White trash about
a real
it.
Like Mexican guy like broke your heart on. You're like,
my
fuck.
ex-husband was Mexican.
Oh, okay.
It's the only Mexican I've ever dated.
It was him.
No, I don't know what it is. It's just it's the twang too in the voice. Like I can just talk normal. Like wait.
So can you listen to Karin Leon then? Or does his voice annoy you?
She likes the song with Maluma.
I did too.
If you cut it a little bit, it's fine. Like the collabs do me well because it's like just enough.
But like a full song of his, you can't.
But I can't do that. That's too much for me.
I like the heartbreak.
I know.
I'm a heartbroken kid at heart.
You're asking me who hurt me? Who hurt you?
Myself.
I've been asking him all the past 6 years.
Like we still haven't figured it out.
We still have
Anyways,
no idea.
So festivals, I'm really craving one.
Anyways.
And it doesn't help because like when I sit down at the computer and I'm like editing or I'm like designing some of the clothes or whatever it is, like I put on live sets. And
You always have one.
And I'm just like, I want to be there.
It's an emotional cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
forgot.
is.
Yeah.
He's like, when like 2 years ago when we didn't go to Coachella, he was the one sitting in front of the live stream watching it, crying, like because we weren't there.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go out to dinner, like let's go
Pobrecito.
distract ourselves. Like, no, I have to watch.
What
this.
did we go do? And it was
We went to Pho.
Was
we
it
went to go eat
pho?
pho, yeah.
And it was like, was it the Carol G set? It was
I don't
somebody's
remember.
set, no? And I was like, I can't leave right now. They're about to be on.
And he's like the person he hates on his phone, like at
Yeah.
dinner, watching the live.
Yeah, because we ended up going to eat pho, but I was watching the set. Whoever it was, I forgot who it was, but yeah.
Who it was.
But yeah, no, my body, my soul just craves festivals.
Yeah. We'll have to if Carlo, shout out Carlo.
Yeah.
If he comes anywhere near, we'll also have to go.
I know,
watch
I'm
him.
probably
He's the one
annoying,
with the
though.
Shakira remix.
Oh, yeah.
Probably annoying the fuck out of him. Like I
Well, he needs
replied
to
to
answer.
everything. I was like, listen to me. Pélame.
No, he's cool. But yeah.
But anyways,
we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll go to something.
Speaking of your stress, should we talk about this? I don't know. Jesus,
About
we
my
might cut this.
stress.
We don't know. But the present stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Buying presents for people. We talked about it briefly about you not wanting. When you guys decided not to buy presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paulina and I and her family, we decided not to do gifts this year. Last year we did it too, right? Yeah.
Last year was like the start of it.
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
And it gets so freaking stressful. And like Paulina said, it's
Yeah.
like each year. I think we're outnumbered now with kids in our friends group.
Yeah. And we got two more coming
yeah.
this year. Yeah.
We're
I think I can say it
outnumbered
now.
with kids, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God damn it, like, wrap your willies, like, stop. Yeah,
Everybody's off birth control.
I've been off 4 years, and either I have a sick ass pull out game, or I did not. My swimmers ain't swimming. I don't know yet. But it's like, stop, guys. No,
we're
not
just
seriously.
kidding.
We love the kids,
We
but
love the babies.
it just
keep
gets
giving me nieces and nephews, so I don't have to have kids.
it gets expensive, and like it really does. Like, speaking of stresses, like I think the end of the year is probably like my most stressful part of the year.
Yeah.
It's like my slowest. It's my slow months as far as work. So I'm already financially stressed.
Yeah.
And I'll add on top of that, I have to buy like 50 gifts. And my family is very much the type of like, it's the detalle that counts people. And I'm like, my detalle is I can give you a hug. Because
What's the Kmart version of that?
what do you
detalle?
mean? No. Yeah. And it gets difficult, you know, and like it does add a lot of unnecessary pressure to people.
Yeah. One of the things that I struggled with for a while too, because not having the support of my family and not growing up with generational wealth and like having to work since I was 17, and I've never not had to work until recently. Like I couldn't get people nice gifts, and that part I think stresses me out. Like I'm such a gift giver that I either need it to be really thoughtful, but when you're forcing a gift and the only obvious thing seems like something nice, I'm like, I can't afford that for all of you.
Yeah.
So then that's even more financial strain. And then it's end of the year is, I always like, I don't know if I'm trying to manifest it, but I'm always like, oh, it's the holidays, so my clients will like calm down and I think it's going to be chill. And then it never is.
Yeah.
It's 11 years strong. But I'm like, maybe this is the year. Like,
I love the enthusiasm though. Don't lose the hope.
I know. But then it's the busyness of work and then everything else. And like, we didn't even know what we were really doing even for Christmas at one point. And when we were like, no gifts, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, it's just one less thing.
Yeah.
It makes such a happy and joyful time unnecessarily stressful. Like, there's no need for that. The Black Friday deals aren't even the best ones of the year.
No, they're like
They're not.
coupons now. There's not
Yeah.
even like a deal. It's just
No.
20% off
Yeah.
is not a Black Friday
no,
deal.
It's
Like,
not.
no.
I get that
I
shit
need to
during
see
the
that
year.
70%
Yeah,
off.
like
facts.
seriously.
I'll mob and trample people for that.
Seriously.
But people are getting killed for 10% off?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Seriously.
not worth it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions when it comes to gift giving, but I agree. I think it's lost. I'm all for the detalle. Like I said earlier, like gift giving is one of my love languages. I love giving and I love receiving gifts. Like I really do.
Yeah.
But I hate the expectation of like, oh, well, here's what I want.
Yeah.
you know, because it's like, well, that's not a detalle anymore. Like that's something you want that you're asking me to get for you, you know? To me, the detalle is like walking into a store and being like, oh, Mario would really like this. Like, this t-shirt or whatever, I'm going to get it for him. Not like, oh, Mario said he wanted this specific pair of shorts, you know, like, I don't know, like that to me is just like, yeah, I'll get you something you want. Of course I want to get you something you want. But I just like when it's so many people at the same time, it does, you know, like you said, you want to get them something nice, but like I can't afford to get everybody a $200 gift. Like it is what it is, or more, you know. This year we set a budget, and I was like, and that's what people get. That's important too. Like that's what people get. Yeah. And one person might get a better gift because I went to the store the right day and they had a better discount. Yeah. And one person might not, but it's like, it is what it is because this is the budget we have, especially with like the wedding coming up and stuff. It was just like, we can't, like, we just don't have the means. I mean, like, trust me, I wish I did, like, you know, but it just gets, it's just one of those, like, it's tough.
I'm a fan of Secret Santa.
I love
just do one. And that to me is like the best case scenario. I still remember the first gift you got me, my little Frida Calavera. I have it on I have like my ashes from my first dog, and then I have my rock from Cleo, and it's like right next to that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Secret Santa idea. It's like you just dedicate yourself to one person.
You set
and
a budget.
Because then you can you can get a better gift for that person. And so everybody gets a better gift, you know?
Yep.
And we don't need, I don't know. I guess that's where I struggle is like, we don't need anything, you know? Like, and so.
Consumerism is crazy.
It's crazy.
I was talking to Brenda, who's my boss at the bar studio, but she's Mexican. And she was like, yo, I got sucked into the Black Friday thing. Americans are wild. You don't have TJ Maxx in Mexico. Like, she was like, you guys are poisoning me. She's like, I fell into the consumer. And I was like, girl, I'm sorry. Like, because I do it too. I'm always buying shit I don't need. And I'm not the best at it. I'm a shopaholic, borderline recovering. But when she was telling me
is the first step.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sylvia.
I try to heal. I really try to heal. But she was like, I bought stuff from Carbon 38. I bought a new camera. I bought this. And I was like, damn. Bitch. Like,
what are you doing for?
Hold on. Where's my raise?
We need to have a different conversation right now.
Now is the time to talk about making more money here. Then. But yeah, she was like, American consumerism is wild as hell.
Yeah. Like it really is. I feel like, I've dedicated a lot of time to get out of the consumerism mentality, and maybe that's why Christmas is such a trigger. Maybe that's why Christmas is such a trigger for me because it is consumerism, you know. And like I have a friend that does. They do Secret Santa, but the gift has to be made by them.
Oh, I like that too.
And I love that. I was like, you know, because at the end of the day, like, you might be buying the things that you need to make it, but like you're putting so much thought and time into the gift. Like I love it. And like it works for her family because they're like very crafty.
I'm envisioning Mario giving her like a sock bunny.
That's probably what would happen. It would never work in our family. I like brought it up to him and I was like, what if we pitch this? And he looked at me and I was like, no, you're right. It wouldn't work here. Like it just wouldn't. And that's okay.
He's like hello.
That's actually really funny because that is what would happen. Oh god.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Like it's hard to like not fall into that consumerism mentality or whatever you want to call it. As it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And you walk into a store and you automatically need it, you know, like you see it, you need it. Like it is what it is. And I mean, I went into a lot of debt because I had like a crazy shopaholic mentality too. Yeah. It's just like,
I'm like the type, I love to touch things too. So I'll go to stores and I just want to.
You sure you want that online?
No. No, like I love going to stores and I just want to see. Like I just want to see what they have. I want to see what's new. I like, it's Christmas time. They got fur coats. Like I just want to go like hold it to my face.
Maybe it tells me I need it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Okay, I'll buy you. Kelly's like, no, I gotta go.
I'm like that in the winter though too. Because I will run down a t-shirt like this t-shirt fácil 10 años, but but like I'll run it down at least for summer clothes. But when it comes to like fall and winter, I'm like, oh my god, give me all the fucking.
You
sweaters.
really like with fall and winter clothes. I've noticed that because that's when he does his shopping.
An abnormal amount of coats for someone that's born and raised in San Diego.
I have so we just talked about that because we just cleaned our closet, and I was like, why the fuck do I have so many hoodies? Like for someone who like runs hot. To have an abnormal amount of hoodies.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason. I wear 2 of them.
Well, when we did the dinner and you were like, I'm wearing a fur coat. I was like,
say less.
Yes. Go
I've
and there's
been
like 10.
waiting for this. He wears them all.
Why do I have all these?
Shows up
I'm
in
like,
all
none of them are good enough. Goes and buys another one.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Or like when you go on trips and you buy new clothes. It's like, no one's seen me in this outfit.
Yeah, but that's me as
That
well.
is something I tried really hard to start breaking this past year. I was chronically the type of person, because I used to work in creative directing and at a modeling agency. Like, I love clothing. I love, like, to me, that's also a form of art. Speaking of like streetwear and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had this illness that was like, no, I've already been photographed in this. I'm like, bitch, that's a $300 dress. You need to wear that more than one time.
Yeah. Well, I think.
And it's hard.
Yeah, our second year dating, for some reason we were going to the beach and for a lot, or no me acuerdo qué pasó.
Went to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, but we had gone to the pool a lot. Anyways, the point is I had like 2 trunks, like swimming trunks. And I was like, you know how many pictures you have in that? And I was like, who gives a fuck?
It's a me thing. Like, I know it's a me thing, but I am very much like, oh, if I wore this on one vacation, I can't wear, or like if I wore this like in like a time where I got a lot of pictures taken, like I can't wear it again when there's gonna be more pictures taken, because now, you know, like it's just, it's horrible.
I'm with you.
It's a horrible mentality to have.
For me, the dress I wore for Day of the Dead was,
I love that dress.
I wore that in Mexico City. I think it was like 2 years before, maybe.
Jesus, insert picture here.
And it was such a good dress. And background story, I bought it when I was still engaged, because that was going to be like my bachelorette party dress. And there was going to be one day where I wanted like the Mexican blanket theme of like all the colors. So everybody had a different color. My sister was going to wear green. This girl was going to wear red. This one yellow. And mine was orange because I loved that dress. And then I didn't get married. So I went on that trip. It was my bachelorette trip, and it was me, Jasmine, Kelly, Joey, and Tabor. And we had a great time, but we had one night where I was like, okay, let's just dress up and go out. And we went to like nice restaurants. We went to the Four Seasons for drinks. And then I was just like, this is such a cool dress, but it was also like such a weird sentiment of like, that wasn't what it was for originally. And so it kind of got me out of my head with it. And then when Dia de los Muertos came up, I literally had 2 other dresses, and I brought them, which I had overage fees. Like, why did I do that? Makes no sense.
Your luggage was crazy.
You and Patrick, and I looked at you. I was like, I looked at
Patrick, we excused because that was his first trip out of the country, so he didn't know any better. I, however, have traveled to Europe and back many times. Like, I know better. That was dumb.
But it's funny because I looked at Pao and I was like, half of her shit is like athleisure, and that fits in a carry-on.
Yeah.
And then yo todavía trying to excuse you. I was like, but she has the dresses.
And I was like,
I knew you were
like,
taking multiple.
This small.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
You were like, her clothes is this big.
No, it's true. So actually, the Dia de los Muertos for me was like a big breaking point where I was like, no, we're gonna rewear this dress and we're gonna repurpose it, and it's gonna be great. And it was.
Yeah.
So
that was a great trip.
Perfectly.
Shout out to everybody in Wow.
Yeah.
That was a
Trip. Yeah, hopefully, maybe 2025 will be the year I don't feel the need to buy new clothes every time I travel. But
I don't believe you.
it might be because I'm not traveling anywhere.
No,
I don't know why.
2026 maybe.
Like, yeah, maybe I need it. No, maybe it'll be this.
No, because we have the wedding, and you're gonna be like, no, I need so many pictures.
For the
I know
wedding.
this is not the year for that.
No.
For the wedding.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna be in the same white polo button of.
Well, that's your fault. Men are so easy, and I envy that because like it is the same white polo button up, but like it just goes. It makes sense, you know. You need one white, one black, one blue. Like
Those are the colors I have.
I know. And it just makes sense. Meanwhile, it's like I can't just put on a button up. Like
Kelly is actually just as bad as we are.
Really?
Yeah, because he has a lot of like he loves like the textured polos where it's like either knit or it has like a cool pattern. And then right now his t-shirt drawers like overflowing and it's the bane of my existence. I'm like, you need to go through it. You need to go through it. We need to get rid of half of these. And then he's like, oh, I've already worn this one. And I was like, you didn't even take pictures. Like, you're worse than a girl.
I can see that from Kelly,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. I can see
Yeah.
that. from
Just
me,
add
too.
that to the list of shit we make fun of him
I
for.
know.
Oh,
Like,
poor
this
Kelly.
girl just comes on here and shits on her boyfriend the whole
Does
time.
Mr. Kelly weed a juice?
What did I tell you guys the other day? And he's like, why are you telling them
The
all my
helmet,
secrets?
Oh,
Helen. I don't want to say it.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I was
Very
about to say
politically
too.
incorrect.
Anyways,
We'll talk about that off camera.
yeah. But speaking of men and women differences and how men are a little bit easier, I do want to talk about this because it's been on my fucking head.
Marioism
again.
number 2.
Marioism number 2 is, okay, Christmas season just passed us.
Mm-hmm.
We have gone to a lot of different posadas. We've met a lot of new people. And I have a real difficult time, and this might come off weird, but I have a really difficult time saying hi to women. Now, hear me out. Not in a weird way, but it's just, what do I do? Right? Like in our culture and the way I was raised is cuando saludas a alguien, when you say hi to somebody, you go up to them, you're like, hola, and you go in for like the
kiss on
the
the
kiss
cheek.
on the cheek. And really, it's not really a kiss on the cheek because
it's
I don't really,
it's a-
I like,
Your cheek
like
touches
a cheek
cheek.
to cheek,
yeah. And then, or the and you, you know, for you, audio only, I tapped my cheek and then I gave a hug.
No, if you want to see what he did, you have to watch. Turn your visuals
Yeah,
on.
but then obviously as time passed and I meet different cultures and I meet different people, you kind of understand that it's like, okay, you're also invading someone's personal space. Like, do I go in for that? Do I just go in for like, do I give you a handshake? Do I do like the awkward hola and wave? Or like, do I just be like, mucho gusto and do the little head bow and you know that?
The Heil Hitler.
Yeah. Again, go to YouTube, guys, and see what I just did. You know, and I also want to be respectful of, you know, a woman's space, and like I don't want to. And I'm also a big ass guy. Like I'm invading your space.
Come here.
Yeah. I'm like I'm just.
That is so creepy.
Like I feel like I'm conquering like a land, you know, like I just overpower you.
God.
That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel because I'm just so
Well, no wonder you
big.
feel that way if that's how you're processing it in your head. It's not that deep, bro.
I don't think anybody feels like you're conquering their land. I can't with you. Oh my god.
Hot take. Do I hug? Do I kiss on the cheek? Because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm conquering their land.
Oh my god. All right, tell us how you really feel, Mario. She's so confused. She's like, I want to laugh. What happened? Are you guys laughing?
Cutie pie.
But anyways,
All right.
just need to make you guys laugh after all that serious stuff. So it's like I just want to be respectful, you know.
Yeah.
And everybody is different. Every woman is different. Everybody has had, I want to say a lot of, if not most, all women have had very uncomfortable situations with men.
Mm-hmm.
So I obviously don't want to like add to that. So like, how do you approach that? Or how would you as women want us to approach that?
It's hard because I feel you on the cultural thing, because for both my cultures in Poland and in some places in Europe, you go for 3.
Yeah.
It's the like,
Yeah.
and so growing up, you hug, you do the kiss on the cheek, like that's just part of it. And I think for me, Auxilio. She almost did make it. What the heck? Hold on, Jack. Ay,
You guys should have
cosita.
seen her face.
I did. I saw that eye.
My baby. What are
Ay,
you doing over
cosita. You
there?
good, lesbian?
We'll go down. We're having serious talk
But yeah,
about invading spaces.
It's hard because one of my love languages is also physical touch. I love touch. And sometimes I even have to be mindful because even as like an instructor, I'll go in for like the sweaty hug after class or whatever. And then I forget that not everybody likes that, especially a sweaty one. Like I am assuming after class, like, hey, we're all sweaty, like who the fuck cares? But then I'll feel the other person like constrict and like give you the, like, okay. I'm just like, damn it. Back to Queer Eye. One of the things that we were watching the other day and Kelly was like, I really like how they ask permission. And then I started paying attention as we watched more episodes, and they do. They're like, can I give you a hug? And like, can I? And so I feel like that's actually I hate to say it's silly because I do respect people's space and their experiences, whatever. But I don't know. As a guy, I guess that is hard because even as a woman, I'll feel it sometimes with other people where they're just like, oh, I didn't know you were going to get
go
into
in for
all that.
Yeah.
Like, but it's normal for me. I like touch. I think that it's a great way to connect with people. And so I feel like if you just ask like, oh, can I give you a hug? And if they say no, then no.
Okay.
And then, all right.
Yeah. And I'm just talking about like new encounters. Cause like after a while, like you kind of know, like I know
sure.
like you, I can go in for the hug, you know, like Kelly, I could basically kiss the man, you know, Bao's other two best friends, they're huge huggers. Like they're huge on physical touch. Like Melly will like hug me for like 5 seconds. So like you kind of get to know like who and what after you get to know them for a while. So this is just like mainly in like that first initial kind of like, can I hug you?
Yeah. I guess.
Where my hug at?
Give me some sugar. And they're like, no, thank you.
Let me conquer your land.
Do you prefer your land conquered or not? Like, excuse me.
Oh shit!
This is the thing where I ask for permission first.
If I was single,
Oh my god. That is too much.
I can't. Okay.
That's gonna be the title of this podcast.
Conquered land.
Let me conquer your land.
I feel like
I feel like I conquered her land. I'm telling you.
The way your mind works, maybe that drink did work.
Yeah, maybe it did. Oh shit.
I don't know. Yeah, that one's a tough one for sure because I feel like I'm very used to like the kiss on the cheek and like if I just like the kiss on the cheek, maybe like a light hug if it's a guy, but like not like a hug, like not an embraceful hug, you know, but just like that's what I'm used to, and I actually think it's rude when people don't say hi like
agreed.
that, but because it is a culture thing. But I think that like as a girl, like I'm pretty good at reading other people's like body language. So like I normally know when that person's gonna come in for the hug or not. So it's like not as weird.
Sorry guys, that's Ollie.
But
just fucking it up.
Just
I mean,
conquering land.
Good job, Ollie.
I don't know. That one's a hard one. I think, truthfully, I think living in San Diego and so close to the border, like you're pretty safe with the kiss on the cheek because most people are used to it, like Latino or not, you know?
It's only when you go to the South.
Okay, yeah. Oye, prima.
Man! They're like, Border Patrol.
Te vengo a conquistar. Shit. No, okay, so it really just happened. I really started thinking about it this year because, like you said, like I was born and raised in San Diego. I'm very much used to the culture in Tijuana and here where you do go in and you lean in for the hug kiss thing. But then once we started going to like these networking events and stuff like that, you know, that's where I was like, then ahí te topas con un diferente Latino, you know, like you get into like the LA
side
Latino,
hugger.
or like
I hate a side hug.
I hate a side hug. Just tell me you think I'm
gonna kind of conquer you.
I'm gonna half conquer you.
I just have a visa.
I'm on DACA.
Oh my god.
No, so actually in my Toastmasters class that I take every Monday, one of stay away. We're supposed to like pass off when the next speaker comes up, and you're supposed to not leave the stage till they come up.
Okay.
Because that's like proper etiquette for public speaking. But now, because of COVID, there's like, we do like a fist bump and I fucking
That's
hate
annoying.
it.
It's not even
hate
COVID
it.
anymore.
Shit, yeah.
I know.
COVID isn't even cool.
So you'll come up and they'll be like, and they just have this shitty grin with their stupid fist out, and I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
This is my land.
Conquered.
I'm the captain now.
I always hated that during COVID, the fist bump
I
thing.
hate it. I
was
really
like,
do.
it's like, bitch. Sorry.
So,
Say salud.
that was sexual.
Kick.
Damn. Does that do it for you?
We're cutting him off. I'm sorry. This is now the Sylvia and Pau podcast. Mario's out.
Why is it so hot? You're fucking silly.
I think we need a break. Jesus, this is a break.
But no, I really hated that fist bump thing. It really, to this day, it stresses me out. 'Cause
Yeah, same.
sometimes we still have clients that they're kind of iffy about the whole COVID thing still.
You know what I hated more than the fist bump? This, like when people would
the
elbow thing. Yeah. Like nunca te tocaba que te hacían. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get it because I feel that energy too. Like when we go to networking events and stuff,
Yeah.
and like you don't really know how to say hi to people, and
Yeah.
like some people are really not standoffish, but like really like they stand back and don't want anything.
There's a barrier there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it's rude when people don't say hi like that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck, you know?
Yeah. I would say just ask.
Yeah.
I feel like that also breaks down the barrier a little bit because I get it. People have their shit. But when someone's politely being like, hey, can I give you a hug? Like, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And then you're the dick that said no.
That's true.
I don't like
It
that.
leaves the
Yeah.
ball in their court. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's a perfectly acceptable way to navigate that situation.
They're all sad.
Oh, okay. It's like,
Like
no,
What's
you're lost.
the guy with the
I'm really
the
good at
emotions?
conquering people. I don't know.
Look at me. This is my land now. My name is Maximus Aurelius.
Oh my God.
My name's Jeff. Ay, Dios.
Good times.
Big sigh.
Big sigh.
But before we start ending and wrapping things up, like we said in the beginning, we are going to start talking about a little bit more about like mental health and wellness and just your overall wellness, and things we want to carry over onto like 2025. I think towards the end of the year, I started taking control over my weight loss a little bit more, mainly because I want to look good in the pictures for
the wedding.
Yeah,
That's fair.
but
Well, didn't Kelly tell you?
yeah, Kelly gave me a really good speech about conquering lands and whatnot. But no, just overall, I wanted to feel a lot better. And to me, it all really started with like my mental health. And it was, if I didn't take control of this, it wasn't going to translate into my overall well-being and my appearance. Meaning I had to fall back in love with myself in order to take care of myself. And that all started internally. And that was like taking care of, like I said, I repeat this and over again. It's like taking care of my mental health because I was spiraling again. For those of you who don't know or are new to the channel, if you want to, but this comes with a really big warning, is episode 1, but it was really tough to listen to. But I did struggle a lot with my mental health, sorry. And I had to kind of take that back in late 2024. And that kind of translated into my actual weight too. And like overall from like the summer till the end of the year, I was like down like close to 40 pounds. And, it just gives you a whole new outlook for life. And I think for 2025, I want to continue that journey, but more on the mental health aspect, just because I really do feel like that ties into just my weight in itself, because if I don't love myself internally, then it's going to show externally.
Yeah. And I think focusing on your weight and like doing that, like exercising more also helps a lot with the mental aspect, So I think that's good.
Yeah, that goes really hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is. Okay, so 2025, your mental health, getting it in check. 100.
Or check-ish.
100.
Like we lost a screw somewhere that I know I'm never gonna find again, but we're almost there.
We got it. But yeah, what about you guys? Next end of the podcast.
2025. I feel like I am focusing more on just practicing what I preach. I preach a lot and I do my research and I'll kind of like apply it here or there, but I don't have like a really whole approach. Like I'm on my shit one week with this and then the next week I'm good with this and then my back starts falling apart. So then suddenly I'm on like recovery overload. But I would really love to be the type of person that just has like a really balanced week. I know that I'm not the type of person that can have like a routine daily because I get bored. Yeah. I need a little more spontaneity. I need a little more creativity in my life. But if I know that I have physical therapy every Friday, that's the appointment I go to every Friday. And so I'm really trying from last year with booking my personal training and having a really set schedule with my teaching to just make it like a more well-rounded, holistic approach to my health and wellness because I piecemeal a lot and I know exactly how to live a big, beautiful, fruitful life. And I don't do all of the things that I know I should be doing consistently enough for it to make a difference. And I already know what the recipe is. I just don't do it.
Well, it's tough. It's like easier said than done.
For sure. Thing, you know? So I think this year is just streamlining it to really like what's going to work and what's going to make me stick with it. That's one of the things that Kelly says a lot to his clients. The diet that works, the workout that works is the one that you're going to stick to. And I feel like that's the part I just need to find. Like, and that's what we're doing. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think for me, for like the goal that I set myself for this year is really getting my gut health in mind. I think that's one. I think that's one of the things holding me back from losing more weight then, because I've been pretty stagnant like the last 4 months. Like I haven't really lost weight. I haven't gained anything. Like I've done my in-body scans and I'm like everything is the same. Yeah. But also like
that's almost
how
more
is everything the same? Yeah. Like I'm putting in so much work and doing so much more weightlifting and doing all these things and like everything's still the same. So aside from like hormonal health that I do want to like kind of concentrate on a little bit more, my gut health is one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, one of my really good friends just did like a crazy gut cleanse, and like I know it's helped her a lot. So I don't know if I necessarily would do that cleanse this year, only because like of the wedding coming up. Yeah, so I want to start with other things and then work into it, just because I know it sounds like an excuse, because I know if you want to do it, you'll just do it.
Yeah.
But it's aside from being a really intense process, it's also expensive. So I have to give some to get some, you know, and like we're planning the wedding, budgeting for that. So like I obviously like that's where my money's going for sure now. So maybe towards the end of the year, I'll be able to do that. And I can say that 2025 was the year that I fully healed my gut, but I definitely just want to like really concentrate on that. But
yeah, that's a good one.
So fix your leaky gut, find a workout that works, and your mental health, guys.
Yep.
That's the end of the podcast. And that's a wrap. Oh, yeah.
We're like, hey. He's like, what? What the fuck are you looking at?
That's so tiny. Because Sylvia froze and I was like,
they know something I don't. They're already pushing me out. They're conquering my land.
Speaking of
this is what it feels like on the other side.
You're supposed to ask, okay? Oh shit.
All right,
but guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode.
Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for coming back. Sylvia, thank you for joining us officially.
Thank you. I'm
guys,
so
make sure to go check the merch. The merch, guys, it's not going to be single drops. We're trying to make it a storefront. So there is going to be continuous sizes running throughout the year. So I was trying to find my English. It was not going to be like just limited edition drops. There will be throughout the year, but at least there's going to be some staples in the store always, if that makes sense.
So let us know which ones you like the most.
Yes. You guys, como siempre, live your best life, fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So vive con huevos, guys. We out of here. We love you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.